Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuna. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout-out to Sauce Tech Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes. Yes, this is the Sauce Talk. You see who I got, one of my favorites. Strength and conditioning guru, world champion strength and conditioning coach, Mr. Larry Wade. First off, thank you for your time, champ.
Thank you.
Man, you've been a busy man.
Yes, sir.
Back-to-back title fights, man.
Yes.
Let's talk about this man that to your right over here, my right, your right. Robeisy Ramirez, man. What can we expect 2 nights away, Saturday night from him?
And this kid is ready.
Yeah.
He came in early. He did pre-camp, did an actual camp. As a matter of fact, he did 2 pre-camps to get ready for the actual camp. You know, in between the Christmas holidays, he knew this fight was going to come, or a fight of this magnitude would happen.
Definitely.
He is committed to it, not only mentally, physically, and emotionally. He's put in the work. And when a guy's put in the work, there's no choice but to have confidence. He's ready.
Yeah, not hatching the eggs before they hatch. How many world champions will this be for you now when he completes the mission Saturday night? Because you're racking the numbers up now, Larry.
And listen, this will be very special for me for a number of reasons.
Yes.
One, this will be my first WBO World Championship.
Yeah.
Secondly, I promise this kid within 2 years he'll be a world champion. That will be a promise will be fulfilled. And last but not least, this will be my 10th world title. So
wow, man.
If the double digits in world titles means a lot to me. So
yes, it does. Yes,
it means
it does.
a lot.
That means you are a world champion strength and conditioning coach, man.
Thank you, sir.
Definitely,
Thank you.
man. Definitely. Now, how was Caleb Plant? After his big pay-per-view fight with David Benavidez, shout out to him. What is the update on Caleb?
Caleb's great, man. You know, he went to the doctor, to the hospital after, just to kind of make sure everything was cool, no issues. He came out with no injuries, which is huge. But fight of that magnitude, for him to walk away with no injuries and no problems. He's in great spirits. As a matter of fact, as he was getting ready to get in the car that night, he says, "Hey, Coach, I'll be back. I'm ready. I'll be ready." And I said, "Brother, don't worry about it. Just enjoy your family." So he's good. He knows he put 100% into that fight, and that's really all you can ask of a guy, to give 100%, and he did that. He showed that he's a true warrior, and I'm proud of him for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Caleb Plant, man. Great fight. Now, Coach, just describe this. Like I just said, you're coming off back-to-back world title fights. Did you ever, when you first got into this, I remember me and you talked about that when you was going to the gym, just doing it for free.
That's right.
Did you ever imagine it getting to this level? Back-to-back. One card was a big pay-per-view card. Now you're finding out with another world title. Did you ever imagine that from the onstart when you started?
You know, when I got in this business, I wasn't even thinking about world titles. I wasn't even thinking about money. I was just thinking about the opportunity to be part of something bigger than myself.
Yeah.
And Sean Porter gave me that opportunity over 10 years ago. And so to be able to be where I'm at right now is definitely a huge blessing. But I think I have a larger responsibility other than just helping others become great world champions. I think that also I have a responsibility to other people who are in the field that I'm in to lead as an example and kind of follow into the footsteps of some people who did it before me and actually open a bigger door to make it a brighter and better future for those who are doing this.
Yes.
You know, everybody doesn't have that opportunity to lead and actually to be a pioneer in it. I consider myself to be one of those old guys as a pioneer, and if I can make this space better for them and better for the athletes, then I feel like I would have done what I needed to do in this sport.
Yep. You know, one more final question before I let you go. I know you're busy, man. I always like to ask guys like you that's in the position you at the mountaintop, man.
Thank
you know, there's guys that's going to watch this that, you know, they might be trying to get into the game. They might be frustrated, thinking like everything isn't, you know, as it seems.
Right.
Like, give them a word of advice how they got to bite down and, you know, keep their eye on the prize, and eventually you're going to get there.
I'm glad you asked that question, because what people see now is after years and years of hard work being put in. But the first year that I did this, I probably made around $13,000 in a year.
Yeah.
And that is not a lot, a little bit over $1,000 a month, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard to live off of that kind of money. And I didn't even know if I was going to make that. But in my first title fight, I probably made $500, right? So it didn't start out easy. I was going to the gyms for free, as I said, years of free. And I got another opportunity. Second year, I probably made around $30,000. And still, that's okay money, but it's not anything that gonna say that I'm rich, right? And eventually got better and better. So after about 5 years, I really started to have some headway and actually be able to make a decent amount of money to take care of my family and I. You have to pay those dues. You cannot mix this opportunity. You cannot think it's just gonna walk in the door and it's just gonna happen. It's not going to. You're gonna have to sacrifice. You have to give up some stuff. You have to give up your time, your energy, and sometimes you got to do some things you don't want to do to get to where you need to be. But that's what it's gonna take. And if you're not willing to give up your time, your energy for free at any point in this process, you're not gonna make it. You gotta be able to give that type of commitment. And if you do that, you have a great chance. So if you guys are out there working right now, you've been pushing, hey, don't stop, man. Don't stop, I promise you. It may be 1 month from now, and 1 month of my life, I remember I didn't even have enough money to pay my bills. And I cried like a kid because I couldn't pay my rent of a mortgage at the time. I couldn't pay my mortgage or my car note. The very next year, the very next fight, which was 1 month later, I made $30,000 in 1 month, which I hadn't made in 1 year. So I say to you guys, man, just keep pushing, man. It's gonna be there for you. Don't even think about the money. You focus on your craft, and as you focus on your craft, it'll make room for everything else you want to do. I promise you that.
Definitely, man. Once again, those are wise words of wisdom, gems from one of the best in the game, man. Strength and conditioning champion, coach.
I appreciate it.
Mr. Larry Wade, thank you for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Source Talk.
Hey, this is Coach Larry Wade, IBL Champions. Hey, I train professional boxers, and you with Sauce Talk Podcast. You don't want to miss anything that he puts on here.
Appreciate you, champ. You know the vibes.